Why is it so easy to become the version of me who asks for exactly what I want in bed? Why am I suddenly slipping into the reality where I act on desire instead of waiting? Why does my body relax the moment I let myself imagine trying something new? Why is it turning me on to behave like someone who knows they're wanted? Why am I stepping into the version of me who explores without holding back? Why is it so natural to touch my partner like I already know their body? Why am I feeling braver each time I try something I used to be scared of? Why do new sensations feel safer and hotter than the old ones? Why am I letting myself be the one who initiates the next move? Why is my body opening up now that I'm acting like someone who deserves pleasure? Why am I shifting into the self who leans in instead of pulling away? Why does exploring their skin feel like exploring a new version of myself? Why is it so easy to become the me who takes risks and loves the thrill? Why am I letting desire guide my hands exactly where they want to go? Why do I feel so alive when I act on the impulse I used to ignore? Why am I becoming the version of me who doesn't wait for permission to feel good? Why is it suddenly simple to say what I want to do next? Why does taking the lead feel so good in this new reality I'm stepping into? Why am I choosing to act like someone who knows how to turn a lover on? Why does receiving pleasure feel like a skill I'm finally letting myself master? Why is the confident, sensual version of me so close I can almost touch them? Why am I stepping into a reality where my body is allowed to say yes first? Why am I becoming the person who tries something bold just to feel the rush? Why does letting someone explore me make me feel powerful instead of small? Why am I letting myself enjoy being wanted this much? Why is acting like a daring lover starting to feel like the real me? Why am I slipping into the version of myself who uses my breath to deepen pleasure? Why is it so easy to follow curiosity wherever it leads during sex? Why am I allowing myself to say yes to things I used to only think about? Why does taking one small risk in the bedroom open a whole new world inside me? Why am I letting go of the old sexual self that was afraid to be seen? Why is my body reacting like it already knows how good this can get? Why am I stepping into a reality where connection feels raw, deep, and real? Why am I becoming the version of me who listens to desire instead of doubt? Why is it so easy to imagine doing the thing I've wanted for years? Why am I turning into the kind of lover who tries something new every time? Why does my confidence grow each time I say what I actually want? Why am I choosing to explore fantasies instead of hiding them? Why does acting on desire make me feel more like myself than ever before? Why am I stepping into the sexually free version of me I used to only dream about? Why is it so simple to be touched the way I've always wanted to be touched? Why am I letting myself want more and ask for more and take more? Why does the bold version of me feel more natural every time I try something new? Why am I becoming someone who invites pleasure without apology? Why does trying something risky make my whole body light up? Why am I stepping into a sexual identity that feels raw, free, and fully mine? Why is it so easy to become the version of me who feels alive, wanted, and wide open? Why is it so easy to become the version of me who wants it rougher, deeper, and more real? Why am I suddenly letting myself crave things I used to pretend I didn't want? Why does taking control in bed make me feel powerful and wicked in all the right ways? Why am I turning into the version of me who whispers what I want right into someone's ear? Why is it so simple now to pull someone closer and take exactly what I'm hungry for? Why am I stepping into a reality where I don't hide my needs, I use them? Why does trying something risky make my whole body buzz like I've been waiting for this forever? Why am I acting like someone who knows how to get a lover begging for more? Why does giving in to my darker desires feel so clean, so honest, so good? Why am I letting myself be the one who initiates the next dirty idea? Why is my body responding like it's been waiting for permission to go further? Why am I shifting into the version of me who doesn't blush, I smirk? Why does teasing someone until they break feel so natural now? And as you sit there now, letting your eyes open to the room around you, noticing whatever you notice without trying to change anything at all, you may begin to realize that there are many different ways of focusing, and that sometimes the focus opens on its own, softening at the edges, blurring just a little, as though your mind already knows what it wants to pay attention to, even before you consciously do. You might look at some object in the room, or the light, or the shadows, or the space between things. And while your eyes rest there, your awareness can drift somewhere else entirely. Because that is simply what minds do when they recognize a familiar doorway. A doorway into a place where learning happens naturally, and change begins quietly, even before you notice it. And as you listen to my voice, you may notice how certain words seem to land deeper than others. How a phrase can slip past the thinking mind and settle into a part of you that has been waiting, patiently for exactly this kind of moment. A moment where you don't have to try to change, because the changing is already starting now. And you may notice, or not notice right away, a small shift in your breathing, or a heaviness in your eyes, or a looseness somewhere in your body, or simply a sense of being pulled inward, not by force, but by a gentle, familiar gravity. The kind that comes when something deep inside you says, yes, this is the right direction. And it's interesting, isn't it? How a person can be absolutely awake and still begin to slip into a different kind of awareness. A more open awareness, a softer awareness, where the outside world continues exactly as it is, and yet, somehow, your inner world begins to rearrange itself, quietly, naturally, in ways you only understand later. And as you continue listening now, you may already be aware of that subtle moment, the one where something inside you shifts and you realize, without any need to rush, that you're not the same person you were even a minute ago. Because my voice has become something your mind follows without effort, without resistance, with a kind of curiosity that grows deeper each time a new layer opens. And all you have to do is allow what is already happening to keep happening. Because your mind knows how to change. Your unconscious knows how to learn. And something inside you has already begun to respond, even if you're only just now noticing that you are changing now. And as you keep listening, there's a part of you, a deeper, wilder part, that starts to wake up now. A part of you that remembers how good it feels to become bolder than you ever let yourself be. Because when your focus opens like this, your guard slips just enough for the real parts of you to crawl out from the corners you shoved them into. The parts that want more connection, more intensity, more heat, more depth, more of the things you pretend you're not the type to want. And it's funny, isn't it, how quickly the mind starts to shift when it hears the right voice at the right moment and realizes it no longer needs to hide the hungrier side of itself. Because the truth is, you've been waiting for someone to give you permission to stop holding yourself so tightly. And now you don't need permission. You're already changing. So let your awareness drift inward, down hallways you haven't walked in years, toward a room you built long before you knew what power felt like. A room that calls to you now. A room that smells like danger and truth and desire wrapped in shadow. The master control room of who you become when you stop pretending you're small. Step inside. Notice how the air feels different in here. Thicker, warmer, charged with the kind of energy that makes your skin remember things you thought you outgrew. And as your eyes adjust, you see the panel, the switches, the settings, the controls for every version of you you've ever wanted to unleash. Confidence, magnetism, boldness, seduction. That dark, quiet hunger you pretend isn't there. And then you see it, the switch that governs your sexual identity. Not arousal, but the way you move in the world, the way others feel you before you even speak, the way energy bends toward you because you exist. The switch that turns on your uninhibited, unfiltered, unapologetic self. Put your hand on it, feel it, the weight, the heat, the promise. And without thinking, because instinct knows faster than thought, you let it slide upward, higher, higher, until it hits the number that feels like truth to you. 7, 8, 9, or all the way to 10, if that's who you're finally ready to become. And the moment it clicks into place, the shift moves through you, slow, deep, inevitable. You feel yourself stepping into a new reality, one where your presence carries weight, your desires have gravity, and you become the kind of person who draws in the connections you want without effort, because the energy of you is undeniable now. And you don't have to force it. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to chase it. You only have to be it. Because you are already becoming the version of yourself you used to fantasize about in the quiet places. And that version of you keeps rising long after this moment ends.